4 years ago, a former ambulance volunteer decided that floating on the wind from Robben Island to the mainland was how he was going to make a difference. Now it was about to happen.
For the rest of today, anyone having lunch in Cape Town in the outdoors is going to keep their eyes fixed to the sky in the hope that the 110-kilogram guy attached to 200 helium balloons doesn't drop out of the sky and land in their plate of ravioli. In all seriousness now, who would attach themselves to 200 balloons and why would he do that? The only man to answer that question is Matt Silver-Vallance.
The first ever cluster ballooning flight in Africa was getting a lot of interest.
It's quite a contraption, it looks quite complicated. How does this whole thing work and what are the dangers involved in this?
It's actually, the concept is real simple in that you've got lift from the helium balloons and you've got my weight and you just create an equilibrium, and you'll see a little bit later we'll create a perfect equilibrium, and then I'll release a tiny bit of water and I'll float up.
Why are you doing this?
It's all about raising awareness for the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital. Ultimately, this is just a small echo of everything that Nelson Mandela has done.
You had an incident with your daughter recently that kind of inspired you to do it more for the Children's Hospital.
About 6 months ago, her temperature spiked and she had a fit, and it was really, really scary. And we took her to a great hospital, a pediatric hospital, and just it was a reminder of how specialized that care was.
Well, I'm going to wish you all the best for your voyage. Bon voyage, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you.
Miraculously, they had the 10-knot wind they needed, blowing from the west. So nature had come to the party, but had the techies got it right?
Why exactly 200 balloons?
Well, the initial calculation was based on 200 balloons because Matt weighs 110 kgs and the ballast beneath him weighs 90 kgs. You've got 200 balloons, one balloon for every kg of weight that it has to pull up off the landing.
To film the flight, they chose a motorized paraglider as the best camera platform to work above Matt's balloon rig. The Civil Aviation Authority had issued a notice to all pilots of Matt's intended flight path, and so it was time to go. He'd need to travel 10 kilometers at the mercy of the wind over shark-infested waters and then come down just before the breakers on Table Bay's west coast.
How is he going to land?
He has got a drop rope. Liftoff just took place.
Wow! And I've seen he's got a long stick where he can poke some of the balloons. He's also got one of those BB guns to shoot some of the balloons. So basically he's going to shoot them and then come down.
Come down very quickly. So he's got a BB gun that can shoot 8 pellets per second. So he's going to be shooting balloons and stabbing those closest to him in order to get into that boat before he hits the land.
We better get going or we're not going to get there. We gotta go.
An ideal attempt should have seen Matt rise to 600 feet, or just shy of 200 meters, and all looked good from sea level. But he soon shot up to 1,000 meters, about the height of Table Mountain. With the paraglider radioing constant updates to air traffic and navigation services at Cape Town International Airport, Matt was trying to shoot balloons with his BB gun, but the pellets were just bouncing off. When he did descend, it was much to the relief of the 100 people involved in this adventure. At 150 meters from shore, he then had to rapidly jettison excess balloons so as to land about 100 meters off the beach. And having pulled that off, they quickly cut him free. The deed was done, and all that remained was making land and hugging his supportive friends and family.
Matt, firstly, congratulations. What an effort. How are you feeling?
Just very happy to be on the ground.
Matt, initially when you left us at Robben Island, you went very high.
Yeah, way too high. When we took off, I had way too much buoyancy, and I shot up. You saw me shot up into the air, and then I shot all my control balloons, which is meant to regulate your height, and I was still going up way too fast. So then I started shooting the other balloons that were 5 meters away with the BB gun, but all the balloons had knotted into each other. At that point, I was really beginning to get scared. But then I figured out how to unravel them. Then it was amazing. I mean, the view was just spectacular.
When we caught up with you on the boat, you were suddenly a lot lower. How did the landing work?
Basically, we decided to land in one of the vessels. For safety reasons, thought best to cut the balloons.
What do you take away from this entire experience?
Most importantly, it's all about Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital and drawing awareness to them. And that's what this risk was about. It's all a reflection of Mr. Mandela. And again, even though I took a big risk and it kind of went a little bit awry, nothing compares to what he's done.
Now, I've got some inside info, and I've heard that you wanted to do this today as opposed to tomorrow because you've got a special day tomorrow.
You mean Johnny Clegg? Absolutely. I mean, he's like an institution, and so to see Johnny in South Africa in Kirstenbosch Gardens, I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
What's your next challenge?
You're going to have to wait for that one.
Thank you so much, and congratulations once again.